Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. As you can see from the load screen, it is the awakened version of Fawkes. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to break down his skills and abilities. And guys, I have to say, visually, he is absolutely stunning. I am hoping the skills and abilities. Now, if you were like me, totally 100% shocked by the Undying Hunter. Looking at, and it looks like it kind of overlaid right there, but this is the awakened version of Fawkes. Now, of course, he was a light bearer, using him for years and years and years. Now he is a Graveborn hero, which means we did skip over the Wilder. So I want to break these down because he looks just absolutely epic. You can see even here, guys, he's got chains coming off him. He has people that are down here that are chained. And remember, he does have the coffins. And I seen a little sneak peek earlier that had a video of him. So here he is. Again, design-wise, look at the people that are holding up the coffin, that are pushing this in the bottom. This is some insane detail when it comes to this hero. Want to run through his skills and abilities. Now, right off the bat, he is a mage. Now, this is going to be interesting because is he going to be a support mage? Are we going to see him, being total damage? Because this is continuous damage, which we know usually this means is going to be used in a bunch of different places. But let's run through exactly what we have here. So the Veiled Expanse. So again, they've been doing this with all the heroes. We've talked about this the last few. There's a passive side and there is an active side. So at the start of the battle, he lies inside his casket, invincible, intargetable. Every 2 seconds, he summons a spirit casket near a random enemy. So this is going to have a little bit of RNG in there. After summoning 4 spirit caskets, he uses the skill actively, exit the casket to join the battle. Now that means 8 seconds in, so very similar to what we've seen with the awakened version of Scrath. It looks like it is going to be 4 spirit caskets, 1 every 2 seconds. So it's going to be either 6 or 8 seconds before he enters the battle. Now, when he comes in the battle or the active ability with his ult, he deals damage equal to 250% of his attack rating to all enemies, while dispelling most debuffs. Now, the original version of Fawkes, that's exactly what he did with the ult. With his ultimate ability, he took away all the debuffs out of there from all enemies and dispelling most debuffs from all allied every 1 second for 5 seconds. Fawkes also triggers the death rattle effect on all spirit caskets at one time, which we know there's going to be 4 of them up. Finally, emerging from one of the caskets and enchanting it, enchanted spirit caskets gain extra effects. Then, of course, the damage is going to scale much higher as you're building them up. So the death rattle casket, I got to get the word right. Now, of course, this is what is going to be on the battlefield. And again, passive, active, like we've seen. They're always invincible and untargetable every 3 seconds. Death rattle is triggered 1 time, dealing damage equal to 100% of the attack rating to nearby units and healing nearby allied units. So now we have the support element in there as well. Spirit caskets will be enchanted. They will deal 65% more damage. When there is a spirit casket with no enemy nearby, Fawkes will move to that casket to a better position. If no casket needs to be moved, then Fawkes will enchant it and unenchanted casket, causing it to trigger death rattle 1 more time. Pretty impressive, guys. Now, of course, right here, the damage goes up, the healing goes up. Death rattle ignores enemy defense and damage reduction. Right off the bat, that is going to make him very viable. The attack rating and max health are increased by 10%. And the closer he is to the spirit casket, the more of the attributes increase up to a 40%. Look at this. When an enchanted spirit casket triggers death rattle, other spirit caskets within range will trigger theirs an extra time. Each spirit casket can trigger this effect up to 2 times every 6 seconds. Death rattle damage is increased by 30%. The damage can be further boosted based on how much higher Fawkes' current max health is compared to the initial max health, up to an 80% boost. That is crazy because that's another 110% if we have Fawkes. And I almost think like getting a very strong attack, because everything is based on attack rating and health. Getting some of those HP boosts on a collection is going to make a big difference. Now, the Spectral Fetters. Fawkes summons soul chains from the nearest spirit casket, selecting one farthest away enemy and pulling them in front of the casket. If the casket is enchanted, 1 extra hero will be selected. Affected enemies will take 30% more damage from Fawkes and the spirit casket for the next 9 seconds. Again, that seems like it's going to be pretty broken. That is going to be a really big crowd control version. The damage effect heroes take from Fawkes and spirit casket increased to 50%. Additionally, for 1 every point of magical pierce Fawkes has, damage and health loss affected by the hero will increase by 1% for 9 seconds up to a 75%. And then the Forbidden Rebirth. For every 1 Spirit Casket that has been enchanted, the attack power of Fawkes and Spirit Caskets will be increased by 12.5%. That is crazy. When he takes fatal damage, he consumes the enchantment of 1 Spirit Casket to evade the strike of damage and reappear from inside another Spirit Casket. So there is his cheat death. This is insane. In addition, any Spirit Casket whose enchantment is consumed in this way cannot be enchanted again, but the Spirit Casket from which Fawkes reappeared will be enchanted. So again, he is going to be everywhere on the battlefield. For every 1 Spirit Casket enchanted, the attack power of Fawkes and Spirit Caskets go up 22.5%. After all 4 Spirit Caskets have been enchanted, the attack power of all allied heroes will be increased by 40%, capped at 160% of Fawkes' attack rating. Wow. Wow, guys, that is impressive. Now, they do not play around when it comes to these Graveborn heroes. That is pretty impressive. Then we have the SP effect. For every 2 times the Death Rattle effect is triggered on each Spirit Casket, the attack rating of all enemy units will be reduced by 9%, while Fawkes' attack rating will be increased by 10%, and his max health will go up by 11% for 15 seconds, capped at 4 stacks. That is another 40% increase to his attack rating. This effect can be dispelled for every 1 Graveborn or Lightbearer hero deployed. Fawkes gains an extra 20% bonus to these attributes. Holy cow. So if it's for every Graveborn or Lightbearer hero deployed, I don't know if that is only on the allied side or if it's going to be on both sides, but that means when he's running with these specific heroes, he is going to get a bigger buff out of the SP effect with the Crypt Chant. That again is pretty impressive to see. Let's hop in the arena of trials and see exactly what this looks like. Because guys, this looks just absolutely broken. So there he is. So he is ranged mage. So you can see doing the normal attack. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3 caskets, and then boom, all 4 pop up. So there he is. He comes out on the battlefield, and look at the caskets, guys. They are just pulsing. Right there was the crowd control. There's the ult. And then he just teleports around the board. But I mean, they are taking damage, getting pulled in, crowd controlled from the caskets. He is moving all over. And I mean, the whole entire battlefield is just his. That is crazy. And I'm assuming when they're enchanted, they are open like this. Like you can see right here, all 4 of the caskets are open. There's the crowd control. Boom, there's the ultimate ability. Wow, look at the damage. Look at the healing. Even on our 2 allies right here, you can see the healing that it's doing. I mean, it just pulses every 2 seconds. We got more caskets coming up back here, teleporting around. Wow, this hero is crazy. Crazy. Now, remember, we do have the SP effect where if we have allied Graveborn or allied Lightbearers, they are going to have a bonus. So let's go ahead and throw them a bonus in here. And this, of course, it's literally going to take 2 seconds to go ahead and finish this out in the entirety. But I want to see kind of what it looks like. So boom. So yeah, I mean, the caskets do come up, and look at Lady Simona. But the caskets do come up on a regular basis. Even right there's 2 caskets already within those first couple seconds. 321, and again, Fawkes didn't have time to get those caskets up. It seems like the continuous damage in here is going to be pretty impressive in its entirety. And I want to see just running, let's put him and Estrilda together and see if we can make this work. Because I know we got to get these caskets up. Let's drop him back here. SP effect, I'm going to make sure that we are using Fawkes. So of course, this is going to give him the big boost. See, so there's casket 1, 2, 3. So it is enter the battle, 2 seconds, 4, 6, 8. So at 10, he comes out. That is something that I want to look at, 5.84. So if you look, so when he pops into battle, he pops out of there. So 2 seconds in, we see a casket pop up, 2 seconds a casket, 2 seconds a casket. And right there, so 10 seconds into battle before he actually joins the battle. I mean, he's doing damage, he's doing healing before he gets into battle. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.